Now, this is about electric cars. Criminals are now targeting those Tesla supercharger spots and other charging infrastructure where they're prevalent in Texas, California. So there's many in Minnesota's. They are stealing the raw materials, the metals, the scrap metal from around those and then selling them. Now, that's a spot that can be vandalized.
Is there copper wiring in these charging stations?
Yes, that's exactly right. Scalpers and vandals are nabbing copper material in the wiring, and all of a sudden your car won't charge because they've been vandalized. So that's way, way up.
Never looked at one of those things close up because I don't.
Me either.
Are they? Is there a box there? I thought it was just like a pole that had wires coming out.
Yeah, it just looks like a pole.
Yeah. How are they? Do they have to?
That's what I was going to say.
Rig it to get inside somehow to get the wiring.
You have to snap it off.
Snap it off like a parking meter.
They say the haul of each one of these chargers would get about $50 to $75 worth of copper, and yet it costs the operators or the city thousands of dollars to repair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can imagine how that's going to do. Damage causes huge headaches for all the drivers who are trying to get to their next destination because they come up to where they think they're going to recharge.
Got no electric.
They got no electric.
Mm-hmm.
And that's frustrating.
If you live if you lived in an urban environment, if you lived in Brooklyn, or if you lived in those row houses in Baltimore, how do you charge? You couldn't have one of those, right? Where would you charge your vehicle?
You got to park on the street.
If you have on-street parking, you couldn't ever charge it unless you do it at your workplace, if you drive it there.
You have to do it at work.
That's where you'd have to do it.
I would bet in bigger cities they have more obviously charging stations available.
On street?
And on street, or, maybe somewhere just in a parking lot. You pull in, charge your car while you go wander around for an hour, grab a drink.
So we have a friend with a Tesla, so he's got a charging station at home, I assume.
Yeah.
Got to.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes he likes to charge it here, though.
Yeah.
Do we have a charging station here?
No.
Not per se. He just steals the
you haven't
juice.
seen that?
It's been rigged.
Yeah.
No, I don't
He likes to take the one handicap spot that is used, actually, and park his Tesla there and then back in and charge it.
But how does he charge it? What does he have to plug it in?
He has there's an adapter that he can just charge.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he loves to say, I'll move it before this person gets here, and then never does.
Because we have an individual that parks in that spot.
That needs it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And he doesn't care.
What kind of low-life human being would do something like that?
Well, turn around.
You might be surprised.
And I don't think it's that he likes charging it at work. I think he has to.
He has to do it.
You don't have a choice.
I think he forgets at home.
Oh, I see.
You've got an electric car.
Oh, I see, yeah.
Sometimes people forget to lock their car. You imagine plugging it in every night.
I was going to say, that's a bit of a pain, isn't it? Because
it is a pain.
I would think, when I get home from work, usually I'm ready to just go and lay down on the couch, you know?
Unplugged.
So
Literally.
sometimes I'm carrying stuff in, and it's like the last thing I want to do is plug the car in.
Well, you set your phone down. I've done it. You set my phone down at home, and then sit down for a minute and fall asleep, take a nap, and you forget to plug your phone in, and it's down at 9%. You're like, well, hell, I forgot to plug it in. You plug in my car. I'm not ready for electric, man.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. It's just an extra thing every single day that you have to do.
Here's an idea that may be too it's too new for even Shark Tank, because I don't have any of the wherewithal. But imagine if you could just charge through the space underneath you.
That would be great.
But the charge would have to then come up through the tires, and I don't think that would work.
I bet they get to that.
I may get to the point where, these Teslas, everything's on a computer. It's a big computer car. Is if they could send the charge via satellite.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Ooh. I bet it happens.
That will happen. I don't know when. I'm not the Elon Musk person, but I'm sure that's in their brains.
I bet it could happen.
There's just there's no way. If you want electric
You don't think that'll happen in our time? I do.
Oh, I think so.
Space?
I do think so.
I think it will have to. It will have to.
No, I don't think they're anywhere near. I think this electric, which I've been on the record for this, I think this electric car thing is way overblown.
But the charging of it.
Terrible idea.
You can charge your phone now by laying it on a pad. You can. So I think that will happen. I think you'll have a big pad in your garage and park the car on it, and it's charged.
But what's that going to cost?
Well, a lot. Yeah. Initially, a lot.
But your phone is literally interfacing with the charger.
Yes.
With the Tesla, all you have is your tires.
That's the problem. Randy, you're talking about Tesla charging. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have an adapter plugs into a regular 110 at the house, and it charges like 5 miles of range every hour. So overnight, if you're not going a long way, you can get 50, 60 miles. But the upgrade is the 220 line, which is like equivalent to a dryer plug, and those are all over the place. You can upgrade it at your house, and it'll give you 25 miles of range every hour. but they're free all over the community. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of these. There's an app that you can download that will show you a map where every single one of these chargers is sitting. And a lot of communities, like I work at the Raleigh Airport, and in Morrisville at the town hall, the police department, there's several of these chargers. They're free. You plug them in, and it charges right up. And they are working on that pad thing.
Oh, yeah,
that is in the works right now, where you're going to just pull up and they're going to charge just sitting there.
That's a smart idea.
So really when you say free, you don't have to pay for the electricity you're putting in your car?
You do not. No, you do not. A lot of businesses have them out front as a courtesy to the, like hotels and restaurants, stuff like that, have them as a courtesy to the patrons. But a lot of downtown areas are putting these plugs in, and they are also free. The only ones you really pay for are the Tesla superchargers because they whack you pretty good. They hit you for triple the residential electricity rate that you normally pay for electricity.
So essentially, I have a gas-powered vehicle. You all know that. That's like free gas. That's like free power to your car. We never having to pay for it. Now, that's a real...
I'm surprised.
I've not heard of that.
I always thought you pulled up those things and put a card in it.
Me too. That's
Me
free.
too.
That's incredible.
But I'm not surprised that a city like Raleigh is way more ahead of the curve.
Yeah, I get it that they have them, but you'd think you'd have to pay for it. I mean,
I thought so.
The power, the juice has got to be paid for by somebody.
Now, you get enough of these electric vehicles, and there's plenty of them out there now. But if you go to a hotel and you're staying somewhere out of town and there's 60, 50 electric cars, are there 50 or 60 of those plugs?
Not yet.
Well, why would a city let you have free electricity for the cars? Because it helps the environment? Is that their whole thing?
Two things. Yes, I think it's for the environment. And two, I think it's short-lived. I think this is part of the government money that's been put out for the incentives.
Oh, I like to buy them.
And I think in probably the next few years it will be gone.
Larry, you're talking about electric cars too. Go ahead.
Yeah, I've got a couple electric cars. The first one I got was back before the craze come in, back about 2018. It didn't have much range on it, but it worked out for me because I've got solar at my house. So basically, I drive for free.
Whoa! Jeez. Boy, he's got us all beat, doesn't he?
You do.
Beats the satellite. That's the sun.
Thank you, Larry. I'll tell you something about Biggie, who does not believe in the electric car craze. Everybody that's calling saying, I can get it for free. You know what he does? Jerky motion. He doesn't care. I'm looking at him in there like, yeah, whatever.
Lots of people down in Texas that can't drive their cars right now.
Well, right. They don't have electricity.
I just don't believe I just feel like it's being forced. And it is.
It is.
It's being forced on us.
Yeah, but I don't think the infrastructure's there.
Not yet.
But
you heard the caller say that they're popping up everywhere.
There's incentives.
Let me say this. I mean, look at how crazy prices are now. They're going to have these pads, but they're going to be $50,000.
Yeah, that's.
How are you going to? The cars are $100.
You get rebates when you buy them.
Well, that's another thing. Oh, no.
I'm just saying that when you say they're shoving it down your throat, they are. That's why.
Hippie Dave's here. Let him out of his electric car.